Hi everybody, it's Julia from Matheson Travel coming to you this week from back in San Francisco. I'm back home, done with my travels, reunited with my dog, and very happy about it. But I wanted to talk to you this week about family travel because this past week, as I said last week in the newsletter, I've been on a great family trip with the rest of my family, my nieces, nephews, siblings, and mom, along with a couple other families on a Talc Bridges tour. Talc is one of the tour operators who has recognized that family travel is invaluable, and along with Adventures by Disney and a few others, they have developed custom or tailored programs for multi-generational. That means that kids are not horribly bored on a bus with a whole bunch of adults learning about history and art that maybe they don't care so much about. And it was fantastic. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about family travel and wanted to first say that it is possible. I know some of my friends out there with young kids are going, "Are you kidding? I would never do it." But I also have some other friends who take their kids everywhere, and from very young ages even. And so I just wanted to let you know that it is possible, and there are ways to make it easier on you than just doing it yourself, which, as I pointed out in my blog post last week, we did as well. But now that having experienced both ways, there are definitely some pros to doing it with an organized group that has things tailored to kids. The benefits of bringing your kid somewhere, it doesn't even have to be abroad. I mean, this past week we were in the national parks in Wyoming, and the benefits are unbelievable. I will never forget my nephew, who is 12 years old and kind of getting to that sullen preteen, nothing's good, nothing's cool. But let me tell you, when Old Faithful went off and shot up 20-some feet, 30-some feet in the air, or however high it is, and he was like, "Whoa, oh my God!" There's just really nothing that's going to replace that memory for me. And it's the same. It's all around. You know, watching my nieces learn how to take pictures for the first time, all kinds of stuff like that. Traveling with your family really just cements bonds. And what Talc has done, Talc has partnered with Ken Burns and his producing partner. He's an amazing documentarian. If you didn't see his National Parks or Civil War series or anything like that on CBS, but they've partnered with him, and there are several videos that we got to see on the bus that really just drove home how amazing it is to travel with your family. And I mean, you know, my sister and I, we both got teary at different parts during the videos, because it's really something that you share with your family that's irreplaceable, those memories. Another thing that's great about doing it with a tour company is that you get all those long car rides or long boat rides, depending on if you're cruising or if you're on a land tour. When you're by yourself, what do? You maybe give the kid a tablet, you try and play roadside games, that kind of thing. Well, on a bus, we had a tour guide who was fantastic, and she split up those hours on the bus like really, really well, with different games, contests, guessing contests for the kids, stories about the wolves that were introduced into Yellowstone. We had a moose drawing contest, because yes, we actually saw a moose and saw a bison and saw all that stuff from the bus, and we could stop. They also take a lot of the stress away from the parents or the grandparents who have organized this trip, because they know where to stop for good bathrooms. They know the scenic drives where you might be more likely to see a moose or an elk, for example. And, you know, also I heard another family on our trip talk about how there were no arguments about where to eat. Or when to eat, because that was all decided for you. So yes, there are some things about group travel that maybe aren't so attractive, but for families, I cannot tell you enough how easy it was, and how stress-free it was when we didn't have any family arguments or anything like that. So I just want to encourage you. I want to let you know that it is possible, and just reiterate how wonderful it is to see your child's eyes open or mind open to a new place, a new destination, a new fact. I mean, some of these science facts that my nieces and nephews learned by driving through Yellowstone National Park, you know, they're not going to get from a classroom. And so I really, really encourage you to get on the road with your kids and see if you can make it happen, because it's just a wonderful thing. That's it for this week, and I'll talk to you next week.